Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are back in Soulstone Survivors. We have a jam-packed week, ladies and gentlemen, so sit back, relax, enjoy all of the videos that are going to be coming out. But today we got a little bit of a special one. We're going to be playing a thematic build, so we are going to be looking at playing any of his weapons. It doesn't actually matter, but I think the best one over here is actually going to be the Shard of Chaos, just because it gives you the extra area of effect that does come in play when you are doing this, because you are going to be looking for area of effect as a stat on this specific build. What we are going to be doing is a bit of a thematic build today. We are going to be looking for all the skills that are area and burst. So there are only 4 of them that I have been able to get on a single run, so we're going to try and get them. It's Conflagrate, Meteor Shower, then we've got ourselves Death Claw, as well as the last one being Flame Wave. So all of these are area and burst, and then the last 2 spells can either be Arcane Power, Bloodlust, or Might. So there are quite a few that are area as well, and then quite a few that just burst. So like Smite is area only over there. We've got burst over here with Magic Missile, but we want both of them. We want area and burst, and that's the spells we are going to be using for that. Now let's get to our runes. For our runes, we are going to be running Multicast Mastery. We are going to run Unconventional Start, Quality Standards, Commoner, and Misfortune's Embrace. Now for Quality Standards, what it does is all of your upgrades are going to be of uncommon quality or higher. So that means that we are only going to see green or blue upgrades, and then we can only pick 2 choices every time we level up. It doesn't matter what they are, the choices are absolutely everything, so from skills all the way to power up choices. And then Commoner, what it does is it banishes all epic and legendary passives, so that our XP is increased by 30%. So very, very nice over there for XP gain. But you do lose the epic and legendary upgrades. Legendary upgrades aren't such a big thing, but the epic ones, we do lose the dash, we do lose exposed weakness and things like that. So that is why we do run it with Misfortune's Embrace as well. So let's get straight into it. I actually have a little bit of a special map set out over here. We do have 29 curse. However, I'm going to lower the curse even more, just a little bit, because we don't really need... no, actually it's fine. We'll do it on 29 curse. It's normally on the same amount of bosses. And now what we do is we just look for one of the area burst skills in the very beginning. Although even if you get an aura, it doesn't really matter, because the Pyromancer does start with the fire shield, which is in his skill tree. I will obviously now on the screen you will see where in the passive tree this is, just so you understand that he does get that fire shield from leveling up his prestige and putting points into his tree. Okay, next is also his ascension, just in case a lot of people do seem to be misunderstanding it and how it works. But what happens is when this orange bar, there's a green bar, I was going to say green, I don't know why, but when that green bar is filled up, we do land up having to step inside a portal. Now a lot of people are thinking that portal takes you somewhere new, or whatever the case may be, because they don't realize that it's maybe an ascension or something like that. So what they do is they don't step in the portal, and then they unfortunately don't get any of the ascension going off. So we actually stepped in the portal there without even realizing where it was, because we had the meteor shower going off on our head. Alright, some nice things to look for. We can get the brutal strikes, that's beautiful. We did already get meteor shower nice and early, which is fantastic. This is burst, but it isn't area, so unfortunately we can't be taking that. Again, there's area but not burst, so we are going to be looking for the ones that do have both. But if we have to take something else in the meantime, we will do that as well. Now, some things to look for while you're playing this build are going to be things like area of effect, and then cast frequency being a very important one as well. But area of effect is going to be very, very necessary, and we are also going to have to take some other skills over here just until we are able to find the 2 buffs to go with everything else. Alright, so it looks like it's going smoothly. The only thing is we have chain lightning, which isn't part of the build. And, you know, I decided it's much nicer if I'm able to show you guys all of the visuals in the game. It's just, you know, on Curse 7, although all these builds can do Curse 7 now because they've just been ridiculously built up, you know, with the skill tree and all of that. I've really wanted to show you guys what some of these skills really look like. Like, you know, look at Deathclaw, it looks so cool. You get these claws that come out of the ground. And you don't see that if the area of effect, I mean, if the special effects are off. So I just thought, you know, if we play it on a lower curse, one, we're going to be able to have those special effects on. Although death, that one's not the best one to have on. So we'll actually swap that one out. Because it actually becomes really bad on screen with Firewall, especially if you have a lot of area of effect. You absolutely can't see anything. So Firewall can stay away. We're quite happy with getting rid of that one. But what you do want to try and get, you know, on a lower curse, it is easier to play with the visual effects on because there's less enemy AoEs that occur. I mean, I took all the towers away, I took all of the meteors away as well, so we don't have all that spamming of AoEs on us, and it does make it more enjoyable to play with the visual effects on as well, because that's going to get rid of it for us. It gets rid of a lot of the visual clutter, if you want to say that or call it that, on the screen. So you still do need to just be a little bit careful. You are going to have to constantly move because you aren't going to be able to see the negative or the red effects of the bosses. But by the time you're doing this, or you know, by the time you've unlocked all of the skills and the runes that you need for this kind of build, you will have a good idea of how the bosses interact with your character, and if you stand a certain distance to them, they use specific moves and things like that, so you are able to dodge everything a little bit easier even without being close, or even without seeing the red AoEs. You are still able to dodge quite a bit in the game, so it gets to be a lot easier once you're a bit more versed in the game, and once you've been playing for quite a while. Dodging, you don't necessarily have to see the red. I mean, you could probably blindfold me. Maybe that's a good idea for one day. Put a blindfold on and play with a blindfold. Ah, okay, yeah, that's a really cool idea. So I'll definitely try and do that. Maybe we can get like a stream up where there's like voice to, I mean, text to voice. So every time someone sends a message, I'm able to see what you guys say, so you can tell me, you know, take middle, take this or whatever, and go from there. I don't know if there was a setting again to pick spells with the keyboard or passive power-ups or anything like that. So, you know, if I did level up, would I be able to then, what's the word I'm looking for, be able to choose what spells and things I got. But if there was a way to work around it, so like if you guys spoke or typed something, it would say go middle, then I could push like, you know, left or right once, or whatever the case may be, and then push on a keyboard button that will make it so that I can access those passives and things like that. I mean, you could completely troll me, but that would be really funny to see, wouldn't it? So I've got to look very far into that as well, because that just, like, you know, blew my mind now while I'm thinking about it. Like, that's a really cool and fun idea, but I don't know if it will work. So I know you could go QER to reroll, banish, and lock, but there isn't a button at the bottom or anything to choose your actual skills. So maybe if the developers add something like that, that would be really cool. Otherwise, I would need someone here with me to pick the skills while I'm blindfolded, sort of story. But otherwise, we could find a way to get it working, surely. Definitely have to have a web camera on though when we're doing something like that. With regards to skills though, something I have noticed is Flame Wave is actually quite decent, especially in the early game. It does have a low cooldown, 2.7, I think it's actually 2.9 seconds without any cast frequency, so its base is actually normally 4 seconds or 3 seconds, no, 4 seconds. So if you never had any skill tree or anything like that, you would have a 4-second base cooldown on the skill, and then with a maxed skill tree you land up with a 2.9 second like myself. And then what it does is it just stuns everything around you and also applies burn. So when you're doing high curse, or when you're doing a run like this where you don't have like a hugely decent AoE or hugely decent skill, the Flame Wave does replace that, and it does actually kill everything in the beginning in one Flame Wave. So one cast and it kills everything because of the burn, and it's just really nice because it's also got a low cooldown, so you don't really have to worry too much about whether or not you're going to do the damage to kill everything. So one thing you've noticed is every time I do see a potency or cast frequency for our buffs, we do land up taking those, because they are going to increase our damage substantially. We are going to get a huge amount of cast frequency from them, as well as a huge amount of multicast. And with a build like this, going with a lot of multicast is going to be very, very helpful, and we are just happy to grab it as much as possible. And unfortunately over there, guys, I have to replace my computer monitor because every so often it does decide to turn itself off. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So my computer monitor is deciding to turn itself off in the most crucial of times, you know, just during the boss fight. Oh man, that's funny. So that was very, very enjoyable. We get to fight the boss without the monitor on, so it's kind of like blindfolding myself, completely unable to see what's going on, and you just got to kind of move around and hope that you don't get killed. Unfortunately, we did take a lot of damage over there, but I have no idea what happened. And I just spoke about us doing something, being blindfolded, and then my computer monitor's like, yeah, we'll blindfold you, don't you worry. That was pretty funny. I mean, I can't really show you guys what happened because it'll just be a black screen for you, but for me it was there was a black screen, and it's very unpleasant to try that. Maybe blindfolding myself trying to play the game isn't such a great idea. The bosses don't actually make a noise when they use their abilities, so maybe I'm backing out of it a little bit over here. Definitely gonna have to practice it before I even attempt something as silly as that on stream, but it could be definitely funny for all of you just to laugh at me. Definitely something like that. Oh shoot, I actually lost a life. Never mind. I see now, I lost a life completely. I didn't just get hurt, I died. Oh no. Alright, well at least this is the final boss fight, so that wasn't too much of a problem. But we did die again. I'm like, I only died once, how come I've got no lives left? But it's actually because we landed up dying twice. So that is actually quite a hectic over there. I didn't even realize, I didn't think that dying would be possible. But you know, I'm sure there were one or two of you that really enjoyed seeing that happen. So guys, it's not because the build's bad, it's because my monitor decided it's a good time to turn off and restart. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that. You aren't going to see that happen too often, but it happens sometimes, for me at least. So that's the build. It is an area burst one. You can see Deathclaw and Conflagrate doing the most amounts of damage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the deaths. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.